I like your attitude, bro. Have to finish it. Yummy.
95.7 The Hog, Daytona's rock station. Rock and racing station today. I am Riggs. That is intern Steve. It's time for the Morning Hog Brew Review with Josh from SR Perrott and Michael freaking Waltrip.
Whoa! Thank y'all.
I don't know if that's your middle name, but I'm a fan, so I want to put it in there. Welcome, man.
It's great to be here. It's good to be in Daytona this time of year. My favorite weekend's coming up. Couldn't be more happy to be at the birthplace of speed.
That's right.
There you go.
And, man, an excuse to drink beer in the morning?
Josh, you always bring us beers on Fridays,
correct,
which is very nice of you. But this time, you brought us the ultimate beers.
Yeah. I have Michael Waltrip Brewing Company's beer.
Whoa. Michael Waltrip, let's hear it for that.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun having beers. You know what's really cool when you walk in a bar and you don't know some guy and he said at the end of the bar, drinking your beer? Like, I feel like I'm somebody sometimes.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a real special feeling.
That's your
awesome.
Your new friend you didn't know that you had if he's drinking your beer already. So you're already cracking beers, Josh.
Wow. I mean, why not?
Right? I mean, look at them. They're beautiful. Why wouldn't you open one right now?
They are attractive cans. I did see these at Walmart, and I was like, I want to try them first with Michael. You know, I don't want to spoil it. I want that first bliss across my face for Michael.
I just want to tell you this. I'm here strictly for quality control.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure the beer tastes like it's supposed to.
Okay.
And that's the only reason why I'm drinking in the morning.
Now, as far as the developmental part of this, did you have a deep cut into telling them how to make this beer?
100%.
Really?
Me and my two partners went to Denver, Colorado, and visited a bunch of local brew pubs and tasted what they had. And, hi there.
Yeah,
tasted what they had and wrote down notes about what we liked and what we didn't like. And the funny part was how legible the notes were at first.
I bet.
And then at the end, not so much.
That's exactly how the show goes.
We came up with these 3 styles that are in distribution. You can get the beautiful blonde ale or our coconut IPA here in Daytona this week. And SR Perrott's going to have us in all the stores one day. And we're having a lot of fun not only pouring them at your place, but we've been pouring them all over town.
So right now, if anybody's hearing this and like, man, I'd like to try it, we're going to tell you how and where you can try it. Because Michael's going to be everywhere this weekend.
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of locations for you where you can find the beer, and then we'll talk about where you can see Michael and buy some beer while he's there as well.
Well, right now our beers are getting warm. All right, so what are we trying first?
Which one is this?
So this is the 2-time blonde ale.
Okay.
It's 2-time blonde. Get it? Did I win the Daytona 500 twice, or did I have a bad girlfriend?
Oh, I thought it was a dating thing. Yeah.
Cheers.
Well, cheers.
Cheers.
Okay. Oh, man. Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's refreshing, light.
I like this.
Flavorful.
Yes.
And it's 4.9 alcohol. So
okay.
If you're drinking one of those other beers, you're just not having as much fun.
Yeah.
You get the coconut, but it's
not coconut.
Like,
no, it's not coconut.
Or no, not coconut.
Steve licked a coconut earlier. He had breakfast earlier.
I'm sorry.
Coconut's coming. I like to call that my breakfast beer. You know, it's got coconut in it.
It's obviously affecting his taste buds already. But there is a back end of this. It's very smooth.
Nice malt finish on it. It's fantastic.
I love listening to beer people talk.
It really, right?
They get malty finish. I get, man, that was good.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, Josh does that legitimately because he has the backing. We just do it just to kiss his butt.
No, yeah.
Well, he knows crisp, he knows more about beer than I do, but I tell you, I've learned a lot about beer, and the smiles that beers put on people's faces is my favorite part.
Well, see, this is the thing. Like, there is some time off the track where I would imagine you just want to sit down and just have a beer. So,
I like to golf.
Right. Do you? Okay. This is great.
There you go.
Yeah, golfing and beer, those are synonymous with each other.
There's a reason golf carts have those buckets or cages on the back where you can set a cooler in.
That's right.
Definitely, it enhances my play for sure. This is great though. Very smooth.
Thank you.
I like the 4.9, so you can have more than 10.
Right.
And you're fine.
Well, I got a couple of buddies that they drink a lot of beer when they golf, and they generally drink Coors Light.
Okay.
And they might have 16 or so. And I tell them, everybody's talking about how much beer you drink.
Wow.
Now, you move over to my beer, you're only going to have to drink about half that many
to
get where you're going.
That's better.
Plus, no one will talk about you anymore.
Yeah.
So I'm solving problems.
This is saving money.
Think about
That's
this, right? These so basically, this Michael Waltrip beer is so much more than a beer. It's bringing people together.
That's right. That's all it's always been about for me.
Working the economy. It's helping friends be better friends, probably.
Yeah, and also just think we're helping with the environment too.
Yeah. Okay.
Not as many cans.
Right.
True.
That's a great point.
I mean, are we givers over here or what?
Unbelievable. I mean,
I can't believe myself.
I already
sometimes.
thought he was a great guy, but he's really making life better, to be honest.
Yes.
So now, where are we brewing from? Where's home? Where's home base?
So those beers that you can buy here in town were brewed in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay.
We have an association with a brewery there.
All right.
But we have a brewery up in Bristol, Virginia, right near the racetrack.
Okay.
And we have 3 beers in distribution. I mentioned the blonde ale and the coconut IPA. We also have a Mexican lager.
Okay.
Called Vamonos.
Nice.
Let's go.
Okay.
So those are in distribution all over the southeast.
Okay.
But the brewery in Bristol, we have a brewmaster there, and he makes something new seemingly every day.
Really?
Like a malt vinegar, or you go as crazy as you can think of it.
Yeah.
And he'll make it.
He's an
what do you
evil
think about a
scientist.
strawberry ale? And I'm like, well, it sounds terrible to me. But
Yeah.
he said, well, a lot of people like it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, it sounds great to me then.
Yeah. Right.
The brewery's just a really cool hangout spot.
Yeah.
Really open and fresh looking, and you got
Okay.
the tanks in there brewing up the beers, and
Right.
people seem to really enjoy the vibe that we have there.
Man, we got to get to Bristol.
Yeah.
good road trip.
I've had some good times at Bristol at both NASCAR and drag racing up
Yes.
there, and I love that. I mean, that town is like it's built for if you want to go get a beer, and a lot of denture clinics too. I noticed up there. Just pointing out, I don't know if that's related, but
We
I
have great food as well.
Yeah.
So we have a wonderful menu there, and people enjoy the food and the beers. So great combination. And when racing comes to town,
Right.
it's always a nice crowd.
Yeah, I would imagine your time management, even though I know it's tight here this weekend in Daytona, I bet when you go to Bristol, it's got to be, you got to have like 3 people handling you at that point in time.
Well,
telling you where to be.
I don't have anyone handling it.
No?
I just do it myself
Oh.
with my schedule personally. But if I'm late to somewhere, there's a bunch of people that'll call me. They like let me think I'm making my schedule, but as soon as I'm not where I'm whoa, what happened?
Oh, there you
Sure
go.
as I'm not where I'm hey.
Oh, you're good to go.
yeah.
Your headphones just jumped out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As soon as I'm not where I'm supposed to be, someone will call me and say, "You're on your way, right?"
Yeah.
I'll say, "Sure."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where was I going?
The race is in 3 hours. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, see, I would forget about the race day probably at
I
that
tell my
point.
friends all the time. One day, if you see me just wandering down the road, just get me and take me home. I hit a lot of concrete walls. I'm pretty sure that's how it's going to wind up one day.
This is why you make all the friends in advance, giving them tasty beers, and then
That's
they
right.
can find you on the side of the road if they need to.
They're going to put a chip on me.
Do you? Do we have another beer? We'll take a break, but do we need to talk about where we can find Michael or where we can find some of
Let's
these
do that
beers?
at the end.
All right.
That way we're good to go.
Yeah, let's get to that part where we have another beer.
Yeah, let's
yeah.
get them.
I
Yeah,
agree.
hurry up. Stay tuned. More Michael Waltrip beer on the Morning Hog on 95.7 The Hog. The Morning Hog, 95.7 The Hog, Daytona's rock and racing station. Riggs intern Steve, Josh from SR, Perrott in the Morning Hog Brew Review with Michael Waltrip.
Yeah.
I saw him in cardboard in Walmart earlier this week, and now he's come to life. Good to see you, man.
That's what we do
Yeah,
here.
it's good to see y'all. My ex-wife said I was really one-dimensional anyway. And so when I show up at Walmart as a cardboard cutout, I know she's laughing somewhere because she says that's who you are.
I'll give you the rim shot. You earned that one, though. No, but it is probably a nice thing to have had this idea for your own beer and then to go through the process of creating different flavors and different styles and then actually see it in the stores. It's got to be a nice dream come true, right?
It's really cool when you walk in a store and there's 4 or 5 6-packs missing from the display and you see somebody with their shopping cart and they've got a 6-pack of my
Yeah.
beer in there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of different beers out there, as you guys all know. And
Yeah.
we started this process 4 years ago. And to finally be able to see
Really?
people get it and take it out of stores or sitting at the bar, whether it's at Hooligans or Hooters or Giuseppe's, wherever in town we have been, it really feels good to see someone enjoying our beers because
I love that.
we put a lot into them. It's just, I didn't just throw my name on there. I've been part of the creation of the different styles and flavors. And obviously, I'm a race car driver my whole career, and the way the car looked was really important to me.
Yeah.
So the can designs is something else that I had a lot to do with because of the fact that I want it to look racy and fun, and I think they look really cool.
Yeah, you guys nailed it.
It definitely does, and
Totally agree.
It is good. I mean, it is nice to hear sort of that dream finally coming 40 years later coming to fruition. Josh is about to crack open another beer, and I like this one because it's got red and black, so it's got my Georgia Bulldog Championship colors. So talk about that. I'm sure Michael did it for that reason, but it does look like a fast car. What are we getting into now, Josh?
So this is Checkered Pass Coconut IPA.
Oh,
and this is our fancy beer, I like to call it, and it's another question that one might ask.
Okay,
is it checkered past? Is that because he won the Daytona 500 twice, or is there things in his closet we don't want to know about? And probably a combination thereof somewhere.
I feel like the beer would give you the answer after a couple of cans, maybe.
Yeah, this one's 6.0 alcohol, so it's getting on up there.
Okay.
But it's only 55 IBUs on the bitterness scale, so it's not a real hoppy. It's not a real hoppy big IPA, and the coconut sort of cuts the bitterness.
Yes.
It gives you a nice finish on this one as well.
Yes.
You said malty.
Yep.
Who said malty? Raise your hand.
Josh said malty. Yeah,
I love that. We're gonna go with smooth.
Absolutely.
It is very smooth. You're right. The coconut does smooth. What made you go coconut of all the options that you had when you were creating this? What?
The list. We'll go back to the list in Colorado, and we didn't taste any coconut IPA, but there was a couple of coconut ales that interested me.
Okay.
And I said, can we mix the two? And the answer is yes. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You know, if you're one of the people that know a ton about beer, you might say, this isn't really that big of an IPA. And I say, yes, that's right, because I never was into the big bitter tasting beers.
Okay.
And we wanted to have an IPA, but we wanted it to be lighter and easier drinking.
Very much.
This falls into that category.
Yeah, if you didn't say the word IPA in front of this, I would not be thinking, you're drinking a pine tree or something. It's
So here's what we'll do. If you want to call it something else, just get it.
Oh, really? Get some tape, write your own label.
Call it whatever you want.
Just leave the Waltrip label alone and put it underneath.
This is so tasty to me.
This is super
flavorful.
delicious.
Easy drinking.
Wow.
I really enjoy this beer.
Drinking.
Yeah.
Now, Josh, you've brought us some beers before where they try to infuse a fruit or something in it. It's too overpowered. It's too much.
Yeah, we've had a few that are offensive.
This is the right.
Where this is not the case.
Right. This is like the
everything
right blend.
melds together really nice.
I am not sophisticated enough to taste the coconut. I really don't taste it. I just know that it's a flavor that I like.
You're missing out, bro.
I know.
Really good.
I know, and I'm just not good at that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I just know what I like and what I don't like. It's like
that's all. It
if
really
I drink
matters.
red wine, someone says, "What kind do you like?" I said, "I don't know, but if you give me a sip, I'll tell you if it's yours or what if I like it or not."
That's the right answer.
I'm not a beer snob or a wine snob. I just like the way they taste, and this one is my favorite of our three.
Oh my gosh, man! That's because I've had some coconut stuff, and it's just too much. It's like you ate a coconut and they poured a little juice.
Like he said, I think in my vast employment, maybe one or two coconut IPAs.
Yeah.
In the past, and those were offensive. This is not.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's those what Michael was talking about earlier, where it's at the brew pub they're experimenting. We made a jar of this.
The
you don't want that.
Is, palate wrecker and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But this is you can have multiple and still enjoy your food and
it's
fantastic.
Right.
What's really interesting to me is someone will say, "I'll say you have to try our coconut IPA."
Mm-hmm.
They're like, "No way, not me. I don't like coconut or IPA." I said, "Well, this isn't your beer then."
Yeah.
But if you try it, like you said, it doesn't scream IPA at you, and it doesn't scream coconut at you. It's just flavorful and a full-bodied beer.
Nice and subtle.
Yeah.
I'm going to be asking for
Like
seconds,
me.
Josh. Yeah. That's right.
I just subtly came in here
So
and
subtle.
started serving y'all beer at 9 in the morning.
Yeah, hey, that's okay. Now, you got a big weekend. Obviously, we want to tell people about where they can find you, but you're on the truck call tonight, right? You're doing the truck race?
Trucks tonight do Xfinity qualifying and practice, and also going to be part of the Cup show in some form or fashion. Usually do the grid walk.
You got to do the grid walk. All right, so let's talk about the grid walk for a second, because I love everything you do, but the grid walk, I feel the grid walk sometimes because I feel like there are some drivers who don't want to talk.
Well, the interesting thing about the grid walk is the spontaneity of it, because you never know what's around the corner, and you never know. I try to give guys a heads up that I'm going to come say hi to them, and by the way, there's going to be 5 or 7 million people watching, so it might be a good idea to say hi.
You're scratching your nose. You might not.
But you never know what's around the bend. What you're going to happen upon, and there's been some really interesting moments
I love
because of the fact that it isn't scripted and it isn't planned.
Yeah.
But I get 100% approval rating from every fan I see. They go, I love the grid ball.
It's the best.
So as long as the fans love it and the drivers cooperate with me somewhat, we're going to keep doing it and have fun doing it on Fox.
It feels very much like what we do when we go out for like bike week, when we're out there with a live mic and we don't know what's going to happen, and you have that nauseous feeling. I feel that for Michael every time the grid walk happens. Like, oh, what are we going to get into this time? But so you've got all that racing to call. Do you ever get that urge to get back in the seat?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Do you really?
Especially with this new car. I went to LA and was in the garage area, and it was the first time I'd seen pictures of it. I'd seen videos of it practicing and testing.
Yeah.
But I hadn't put my hands on it.
Right.
And man, it's a sleek racing machine. It reminds me more of what you see in the 24 Hours of Daytona with the Ferraris and the Lambos. I mean, it's a Toyota, a Ford, or a Chevy, but it's sleek and it's very, very futuristic, very modern.
Right.
A lot of technology has gone into it, and when you see it as a racer, all you can think is, man, I need to put Michael Waltrip Brewing on the side of one of these babies and get in and go.
So never say never. Never say never on that.
Never
right?
say never.
Okay.
I got to race last summer in the SRX series, and
I love that, man.
yeah, I had a lot of fun doing that. And
I think Tony was being too mean in that series, by the way.
Well, he won everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it didn't
but
seem
he's
fair.
done that his whole life.
Yeah.
So. he didn't think he was being mean.
Was he tuning up all the engines?
He was just being Tony.
Okay.
No, it was really fun out. I passed him a couple of times on the dirt, and he said if he didn't pass me back, he was going to have to go to therapy. But eventually he passed me back, so he's fine.
Well, you've had obviously incredible moments at Daytona. Aside from maybe just a win, what is in the car? What was one of your favorite times?
Oh wow, returning in 01 after what happened to us in February.
Yeah.
For Dale Jr. to get the win and us to celebrate.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite victory celebration of my whole career, and I didn't even win.
Yeah.
And it was magical, and it just felt so right that night to be on those cars, and it was crazy because I remember when we took the checkered and came back over the sound of my engine in my car, I could hear the fans cheering.
Yeah.
I never heard anything like that before.
Right.
And it was spontaneity. I didn't know I was going to go say hi to Junior, but
Right.
I saw him over there spinning around. I thought, well, that looks fun.
Yeah.
I kind of want to try that out myself.
That guy's having a great time over there.
That hug on top of the car was it's just one of the things that is a part of who I am.
Yeah.
And even today, 20-some years later, when you think about it, I get emotional because it was that special, and it was really needed at that point.
I got chills hearing you tell that because it is one of those moments after coming off watching the Super Bowl celebration and watching athletes, and this is what you did. That was the realest moment you can possibly get.
Yeah, and I had made a mistake on the last pit stop and slid through my pit. I was up front contending, and I slid through my pit, and I think there was 20-some cars on the lead lap, and I came out 20th. And in 6 or 8 laps, I drove from 20th all the way to contend for the win. And it's the best I ever drove a car in my life. And, and every move I made worked, and some of them were very daring. And a lot of them no one saw because, they were focusing on or no one on TV saw.
Up front.
100 and some thousand were watching at the race, but they're focused on the front. And I was able to get from wanting to kill myself after my mistake on pit road to the best celebration of my life. So I'll never forget that day.
Now, was there one guy who you would not? So for Daytona, for example, is there one guy that you would not want to have on your bumper? Because as we know, when you're up front, even though you're leading the race, it's only a matter of time, right?
Back in my heyday, I wouldn't want me on my bumper.
Really?
Because I knew what I was doing.
Too unpredictable.
Made all the moves and knew exactly where I was going and how I was going to do it. And Dale Jr. was a lot the same way. We raced really well together. Yeah. These days, man, it's just such a different game. Yeah. Seems like the spotters have more of a role in what the drivers do. They use them more. They have more information at their hands about how the strategy is going to play out. But when it all comes right down to it, I think one of the greatest moves I ever saw at Daytona was when Denny Hamlin went 3 wide. I think it was 17 to win the Daytona 500.
Yeah.
And he was just he's been the guy. Obviously, Brad Keselowski's really good. Joey Logano's a guy that comes to mind too. But watching Denny Hamlin make his moves is really impressive.
Yeah.
He would have fit right in back in the day, too.
Who is driving for Michael Waltrip Racing now?
We don't have a team anymore.
Yeah?
We're just selling beer.
Okay. That's all right.
There you
That's
go.
even better.
Yeah. Doing a little
Less for you to
TV and
worry
selling
about.
some beers.
It's way better. I like that a lot better. Now, Michael's going to be out with these beers, right?
Yes.
So we need to
So
tell some
tomorrow-
people where he can find you.
I'm going to make sure this is still taking
Yeah,
place.
Yeah,
absolutely.
just check on it and
Got a
see.
little bit of schedule for him. So he's going to be at Walmart on Granada at Norman Beach there from 4:30 to 5:15.
Okay.
I am?
Hey, if you're there, you're there. If you're not,
Yeah.
that's not my deal.
Okay. Will you give me a call about 4:35?
I got you.
Again, pick up Michael off the street and take him to Walmart
Right.
if you can. Yeah.
I'll drive past him and see if he's walking there.
Good.
Total Wine after that from 5:45 to 6:30.
you're gonna like
right
that.
there on ISB.
You're going to like that a lot.
And then Hooters just a little bit further down the road from 6:45 to 7:45.
Even better.
I grew up going to Hooters
Yeah.
in Daytona.
Right.
It's like one of my
Yep.
first memories of a Hooters at Daytona. So returning with our own beer is going to be really fun. Looking forward to all those stops. And then finishing the day off, probably about the time the Saturday race is finishing up, the Xfinity race, and
Okay.
I'll be at Hooters.
You know, I just realized this. I can go to Hooters and have a Michael Waltrip brew.
That's right.
What? I mean, why am I going to the race? Honestly, I can watch it on TV and just sit there and have the.
Well, what better after the race than walking across the street to Hooters
It's a good point.
and having a beer?
It's a short
and,
walk,
and a
too.
wing.
It's a short walk.
Just enough time to get thirsty, right? That's
Yeah,
good.
I mean, trying to get out there after the race.
Yeah.
Anyway, you might as well just walk over to Hooters.
Now we don't have to say where you are, but I know you spent time because I know people who have seen you down in New Smyrna and stuff when you come to town or whatever. Do you ever get you get to relax for a minute? You go to the beach?
Always.
What do you do?
Like this morning,
Yeah.
before the day started, it was a walk down the beach, and
Yeah?
Awesome.
I try to walk and then run, and I'm trying to make it all be a run, but it's too beautiful not just to walk and look at the beach and enjoy nature.
Yeah.
So anytime I'm down here, you can find me over at Oceanside in Ormond playing a little golf,
I like that.
or out on the beach kicking up some sand.
Josh, next time Michael's in town, we can be caddies.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
mean, I'll
down.
play. Last time I played, Steve will tell you, I hit a ball backwards. Don't ask how. Don't ask how it happened.
No, it happens. I've seen worse. I was playing with a guy the other day, and it was a little bit rainy and wet. Never saw this before, but it happened. So hitting it backwards,
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
He had his 3-wood. He had about 220 out on a par 4.
Okay.
And he took his 3-wood and swung and hit the ball and hit it under the ground. He hit it into like it was literally, you could barely see the top of it. Hit it straight in the ground. I told him, I said, that is definitely the best shot I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That's a hole in one.
That was something
It
else.
is a hole in one. Wow, Steve. That's
created a hole in one.
If you can't get the regular hole in one, get that one. All right. Where can we find these beers too, Josh? I know there's a lot of places already.
So first, you check out the website.
Okay. Oh, you're talking
That's
about
the easy way to do it.
srprot.com/beer finder?
You want me to read the whole list I got here?
Yeah, give me
Do
some,
it.
All right.
Give me some spots.
It's going to be quick.
Okay.
So we got Total Wine.
Okay.
We have the Walmarts over in Port Orange on Dudlotton, over on Belleville and Daytona Beach, Granada and Ormond Beach,
New Smyrna
Beach.
Oh, yeah.
And then over
Where I
at
got
the
mine.
Deck Down Under, over there in Port Orange, obviously Hooters and Daytona.
Yeah.
North Turn, which I believe Mike was
Yeah.
at earlier this week.
Okay.
North Turn is awesome. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that much.
Yeah.
Hooligans and right down the road on ISB as well.
Okay.
Giuseppe's, which has amazing pizza in Port Orange.
Yes.
It's fantastic.
I'm
It's
going
my
to give me
birthday
some of
week.
that.
It's my
Yeah,
birthday week. I need-
Delicious pizza.
Got the Streamline Hotel also in Daytona.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. Really?
The Shores Resort and Spa also
Okay.
towards Daytona Shores area.
Yeah.
And Cruising Cafe.
Oh, really?
Cruising.
Wow.
So
Okay.
we're all over town, and
Yeah.
if you're in town for the big race weekend, you can go to Walmart and get your shopping cart loaded up.
Fill it up.
And send me a picture. I'm at Michael. No, was it? Who am I?
MW.
Did you finish
I'm
that?
at MWR55 on Insta,
That's right.
and I think if you just do MW55 on Twitter,
There you go.
those are who I am.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back in upstate, I was doing radio in upstate Georgia. I went out to it. You came out with Casey Kane and a couple other guys and did a race across from Road Atlanta, a little track across from Road Atlanta in wherever, suburban North Georgia.
Is it Dixie Speedway?
Dixie Speedway.
Yeah.
And I was there, and they got to meet you there. Like, this guy he's he is so much more than a race car driver, right? He's a promoter. Now he's a beer guy too.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was so great to see you interacting with fans and whatever, and just the personality just makes everybody happy. So thank you for bringing some of that sunshine in here today.
People say I hate to bother you, but even when I'm running on the beach or at dinner, and I just don't look at it as being bothered. I'm just if I have a gift that makes someone happy, if I can just be me and it makes someone smile, then if I don't celebrate that and return that happy, make them say, well, that did make me happy. I'm glad I saw Michael. It's really important to me now that I'm getting old. Like when I was a kid, maybe I was a little full of myself, race car driver, and but I'm so glad I'm really happy that I lived long enough to turn out like I have.
Mission accomplished.
Yeah, no, that's killer.
And now you put that happiness in cans.
Exactly.
Now I'm canning happiness.
Oh, it's so much better. Well, thank you so much for doing this.
enjoyed chatting with y'all. Thanks for having us,
Absolutely.
and glad you like the beer.
Yeah, let's go watch some trucks tonight. Let's sleep on this truck race, everybody. You got to check that out. Michael Waltrip and Josh, SR Perrott. Thank you, SR Perrott, for bringing us these tasty beers. Until next time, cheers.
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 Got it.
I'm empty.
I can take care of that.